Okay, chapter 3 will be demand and supply, the basic concepts of economics. When we talk about demand, remember we're talking about the demand curve. So whenever there's a change in the price, there will be a change in the quantity demanded. That's a movement along the curve. When will the curve shift? The demand curve will shift if there is a change in preferences, a change in the price of a substitute, a change in the price of a complementary good, changes in income. This one depends on the type of good. So income rises, demand goes up if it's a normal good. Income rises, demand falls if it's an inferior good. Okay? And changes in future price expectations. Changes in price expectations. Those are the factors that will affect the demand curve. The supply curve is upward sloping. It too means that when the price changes, there'll be a change in the quantity supplied. So whenever there's a change in the price, you move along the supply curve. But what will shift the supply curve? I have an easy answer for you. Supply will shift if there's a change in the costs. That's it. That is it. If the costs rise, supply falls. If the costs falls, supply goes up. It's all about the costs. Supply curve is not as complicated as demand. Let's take a look at a question. From the past test, it says, an increase in income, A, increases the demand for turnips if turnip is in normal good. That's from the past test, and that is correct by definition. If the good is normal and your income goes up, the demand will be higher. But let's take a look at the rest and see why they're wrong. B, increase in income will decrease the supply. Wait a second, supply is the costs. Income is not a cost, and therefore B is wrong. C, increases supply, wrong again. D, increases the demand for turnips if it's an inferior good. Wrong. If it's an inferior good and your income rises, the demand's going to fall. That means D is wrong. E, decreases the demand for turnips if turnips have a very low price. Doesn't matter the low price. We're talking about the demand curve, the shifting of the curve, and the answer is still wrong. It doesn't decrease the demand. So the answer once again is A, but we can see why the others are wrong.